Slim, you ready for this?
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the LA Chargers.
Let me get their rock first. And for some reason, that shit will take your abilities off after the week event, so you got to check that shit.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Yeah, that'll be a little too
them
hot
niggas
to
that ain't got no
handle as it will
abilities, they might not
skip through
have
the end
shit every
zone
time the league
for a
advance.
touchback here.
Make sure you change that shit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's drive.
You all right, Slim? Yeah, I would have gave you a minute. We ain't
Wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Already.
Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down. Throwing now is Stroud. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Stroud completes this out wide. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
No, I don't think so.
Big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Stroud and company going for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. The throwing again is Stroud. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. First down. Stroud to throw it. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Stroud working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Colts will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Hurts. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The Chargers at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. You look at this Colt defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hurts. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts' 10-yard line.
Tiger Hornet. No touch.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
No touch.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He'll try to do it himself. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And
that is
time
one.
has
You won't try him like
expired
that.
on the 1st quarter. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they are the 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
3rd catch of this first half for him.
I've
This
been
one's
running
a
this all
1st
day.
down.
Here we go. Let's go.
Who you telling?
Now Stroud. Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of
Hey,
bounds.
you better not do that,
A
boy.
gain of 39 that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And Stroud now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up forcing the incompletion.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Again, it's Stroud. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Yo, what up?
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Oh, right. 19 Texas. 18. What's that?
Here's Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
South. How's the snap? Hey, uno more. 18. What's that? Hey, uno.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Third and goal, Stroud. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Deion Henley in there to bring him down.
Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. A 34-yard.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Hurts sets up to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this pass broken up.
Come on now, you ain't beat me in my formation.
Well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Going quickly out to the right side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Man, hold up, man. What you think I'm sudden? You think I know all your moves?
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to
throw. Is it an RPO or what? What am I running?
Those big bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Crazy ass drop there.
Intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles.
Hold on 1 second.
We still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Why, something bad gonna happen?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Stroud out of the gun here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
18. That's it. Red. 11. Hey, one more. Hey, south. Yeah.
4th down. Stroud going to try to throw for it. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Okay.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
His kick is good.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Hurts completing this one quickly. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing and communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And he takes a shot.
Man, ain't no motherfucking
This will
way.
be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing is Hurts. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
You know I got to get
And the
that.
Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's...
And that's caught.
You know I hang out with Chief Keith and Larice and them
For
boys.
the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Final play of the half, Stroud. And it's going to be caught.
You don't know
Not sure why
motherfucker.
they went for 2, but they do get it.
25. Chargers 7.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL
So you need 3
on
stops.
EA Sports.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
63.
Here's Hurts to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Chargers
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Great. Set. Trimmer. No touch.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone.
I like that little play right there, though.
23 yards the pickup there.
first down.
They'll look to throw again. And this will be caught. in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Andre Yoshibas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. And they decide
already? All you had to do is get one stop. You in the game.
Back, so here's an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Stroud to throw it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here.
I promise you the next one get picked off.
They've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick throw,
That's thing 2.
And incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. Open man is Yoshibas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Hurts. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Hurts. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! Andre Yoshibas with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Hurts will throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
No, I don't play that shit.
Traffic, and now he's free. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, this head play backfires in a big way. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Jalen Walker able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's second down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Stroud. Now he's going to step up and run. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Here's Stroud. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Here we go.
Stroud looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On the quick, right? Tony.
Now Stroud. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
At the 2-yard line.
Here goes Stroud again. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Stroud. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
3rd and goal, Stroud. Toward the pylon, caught.
I know who I want to get in that game.
From 10 yards out. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers 20. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
Slim, Jason, them know they have another little sibling? They don't know yet.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
say about it? They happy about it?
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Hurts going to move him around. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Oh, look at hot. Swap.
And Stroud now to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit.
Greatest thing on the game.
Need.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
98 acceleration.
And the Colts have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Second and inches at the Colts 38-yard line.
Hurts completing this one quickly. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. A good pickup there, 22. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
The 16-yard line.
Boy, I was going to pick that off. We're doing the same thing on the
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
You say what?
And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's Hurts to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Oh, some strong running. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
There, you looking for?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Warner.
Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
19 Texas. 19. What's that? 11.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Warren. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Stroud out of the gun here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. This one complete to Yoshibas. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Indianapolis, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I just sold my latest song. Japanese denim flying straight from Manapon. Rolling out to Durban, Mama pudding with some prawns. Then I fly out to Miami and I'm eating like a don, huh? I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Dallas Multipass. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup.
Actually? What's the difference, man?
Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper. Switch it up. From Africa, home of the diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we just set the law. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out the Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie. I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza. I go to Miami just for dinner.